what's going on, guys? This is Miss, and so I'm actually going to be showing you this Blue Eyes control deck in action. No combos because this isn't the aggressive version of Blue Eyes, so just some replays against some meta and also against some more casual decks. And I'm also going to be showing you the deck profile at the very end, so before you start, friendly reminder to like and subscribe would help me out so much, man. You have no idea. And let's jump right into it. So replay number 1, I'm actually playing against Dragoonity, but he opened up his hand and realized that he kind of had no play. This has to search specifically a level 5 or higher Dragoonity. He also has 2 copies of Ash and then Zephyros and the World Legacy Guard Dragon. Not ideal, huh? World Legacy Guard Dragon would be good, generically speaking, in Dragoonity, but it also has, I guess, some flaws. And Zephyros is that kind of card that you want to have access to when you search it and not really draw it. And my hand is admittedly much better, so I'm going to trade him, get some good cards, man. I have Foolish, Desires, Levianeer, 2 hand traps. So even if this Desires gets ashed, I feel like it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna go for the big boy 600 damage and then relinquish Anima, summon Blue Eyes Spirit. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure this Desires was rough on me. Desires is, I don't know, it's getting expensive, man. Would have been nice if it could actually get errata so you wouldn't no longer have to, I don't know, banish 10. No, it would, then it would be Pot of Greed. It would be way too good. But it's funny, you can bell a Dragoonity Globe because it searches from the deck or graveyard. So even with no graveyard, you can still ghost bell it. That's kind of hilarious, but anyways. So I'm going to make Draglubion because I have 2 level 8 access and there's nothing that he can do. He can't ash this and he's just gonna die. Absolutely fantastico. Let's get into the next one. Alright, I'm going second against this this other deck. Yeah. By the way, if you guys actually want an other combo video, deck profile and test hand, definitely also let me know, man. Others is always getting that 69 or 70 or 80% representation in all those tournaments. No, actually not even close. It's getting like 30%, but still, it's still quite, I feel like it's way too much. Maybe others should actually be the next target on the ban list from Konami. By the way, here I Desires into another Desires, which is pretty hilarious, but I have Melody, so it's not the end of the world. I can just banish, just discard the other one. But obviously, what happens is that I banish all my targets, so my Melody only searches 1. What the heck is this? What is this Desires banish? The worst thing ever. And obviously there is just no longer anything that I can do. My opponent has way too many interruptions. The Fleur, the Punishment, the Gamma, even the Dark Ruler was not necessary. I don't even know why he said it, but yeah, there's nothing that I can do. I'm just gonna banish that and pretend like I'm trying to grind it out, but look at my hand. I can't use anything. Like, Foolish Burial has no targets. Melody has no targets. I have nothing left in my deck. Blue Eyes White Dragon is not a great card to have in your hand. And Whitestone won't do anything if I send it to the grave because I no longer have any Blue Eyes in my deck. But yeah, I don't know why my opponent surrendered here, but let's just pretend like this never happened. I obviously lost. Let's get into the next one. Alright, so I'm going first against this Adignister deck, and you're going to see something really soon. So obviously I'm just gonna, whatever, I'm gonna special summon my alternative and then trade in. Beautiful, man. When you have Spirit and 2 hand traps in your hand and such a good follow-up, it's really hard to lose. So I can let this go through because what am I gonna do? Ash just so he can use Sided Mining and keep playing as if nothing ever happened? Of course not. And I'm not gonna waste this Blue Eye Spirit right now because it bounces, which is like a not great mechanic because this can just keep special summoning over and over and over again. So the Spirit doesn't really line up too well. I rather just save this so I can negate, well actually I want to keep the Blue Eye Spirit on the field so my opponent cannot use the effect of Dark Templar to like soul charge like 3 monsters from the graveyard, because Blue Eye Spirit has a passive effect where neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters simultaneously, which is really crazy. But yeah, Dark Templar, and you're going to find out that at this point my opponent actually realized that he couldn't actually win because this would just prevent the soul charge entirely, and he's probably not winning through the bounce effect, the Ghost Bell, and my ridiculous follow-up. So that's it, that's all. Let's get into the next one. Alright, I'm going first. Oh yeah, okay, sure, yeah, against Lunalights. Whoa, that's kind of scary. And yeah, not the greatest hand, but you still gotta do what you gotta do, man, when you play Blue Eyes. Can't always have everything. Oh my god, Foolish Goods, Perfume, Surge, freaking Black Sheep, Surge Polymerization. Oh, this is rough, man. Oh, it's crazy how even without the Tiger, which is the broken card, he's still doing all of that. Well, I mean, it's not like he was making negates. So if we were playing like super competitively, this would have been like completely irrelevant to me. And obviously this is a once per turn So if I Ghost Bell it, it's just not gonna do anything against me. This Panther Dancer can attack me and deal 35, I don't really care too much. And by I don't care, I mean it's the end of the world, because even if this is like on column 2 or 4, it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effect. So there is genuinely no way for me to beat this. It's actually so annoying. And yeah, I'm gonna try my best, but you're going to find out something that I done like completely incorrectly. So do you see it? Do you see something that I feel like I should have done regardless of the graveyard? Because obviously there was a 0% chance that I won, but I actually should have went Hieratic Seal, bounce back the fusion, and then special summon the Dragon Spirit of White to banish the Lunalight Wolf. That's what I actually should have done. So he would have been left with a Black Sheep, an Ash, and a Polymerization. Well, actually he could have Ashed the Hieratic Seal. So this is one of the many reasons why I said I had a 0% chance to win. Also, when you factor in the fact that he had Perfume, that he could actually discard the Polymerization to search a good card from the deck, there was genuinely no way at all for me to win the game. But still, I mean, I did play kind of incorrectly. Obviously, going for the triple dancer, there's nothing that I can do. Even if I summon my monster, it does nothing. Come on. And yeah, banish doesn't change anything though, and I'm just gonna die. So yeah, I take defeat like a man. Let's get into the next one. Alright, I think I make him go first this time on game 2 because he's in like an OTK deck. He has the Nibiru, so as long as I can OTK in 4 summons, I am fine. The question is, can I OTK in 4 summons? Draglubion would actually be 5 summons. This would be say summon number 1, and then one monster, and then Draglubion, and then the 5th one. So it wouldn't work. Well, I mean, 5 summons, quote unquote, because Nibiru is just if your opponent summons 5 monsters like normal or specials. So yeah, even if they are simultaneous, they're still like kind of in the 2 monster summon. But yeah, anyways, Dragon Spirit of White, gonna banish that card. I'm at 3 summons. I have 1 final summon, and this is all I need because I have another Sage with Eyes of Blue. I can summon Blue Eyes from the deck, and boom, 4 summon OTK. It was just like it was. I didn't even have to. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but my brain is just conditioned, like inherently and mechanically, to play around Nibiru, even if I'm not sure that my opponent has it. I don't say like, oh yeah, well, better have it. It makes no sense. You know, I kind of have that pessimistic approach where I tell myself, what would actually make me lose right now? Well, a back row would actually make me lose, so I have to go Dragon Spirit of White to banish it. And also, another thing that would make me lose is making 5 summons, getting my board completely wiped out, and then next turn he just kills me with a pretty crazy follow-up. So I did my best to play around it, and I think I did a decent job. Absolutely nice. Let's get into the next one. Alright, I'm playing against, I don't even know what this is. World Legacy. Wait, hold on. This is Alistair? Oh my god. I have not seen this art of Alistair in actually, I've never seen it. Yeah, I only see, I think Alistair is that one art where people actually prefer the older version. I don't know why, but I definitely do get that nostalgia is definitely the way to go. Appaloosa, on the other hand, I love it so much. The new Appaloosa. Some people say it's garbage. What? I love it, but yeah. At this point, by the way, I literally cannot play. Just saying. The only play that I could potentially do would be Special Summon Blue Eyes Alternative, and then like destroy a monster you control. Obviously, I'm not doing much, and then Tribute Summon, and then realize that I still can't play the game. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I still kind of should at least tried, but I don't know, I just felt like there was no way I could have won, even though that is kind of like the incorrect approach, but whatever. Let's get into the next one. Yeah, imagine when saying like, oh yeah, I should have Tribute Summoned, yeah, but anyways, I'm just gonna, at this point, I'm just gonna Draglubion into Harbinger. I think that's the, yeah, and then I'm just gonna set the Skill Drain and pass. This is not gonna go well for me, like, at all. I'm not gonna Harbinger that, because why would I? It makes no sense. I want to keep this so I can Harbinger another card that actually scares me. But, yeah, I mean, Zephyrath and, you know, freaking Sedeka. Oh my god, so annoying. Zephranu Search, I'm gonna Skill Drain, I'm gonna be like, I hope it does something. Set 9 Pillars. Ironically, out of, like, all things, that's actually a really good card. Wow, okay, I didn't know he had 9 pillars, what the frick? Anyways, I'm just gonna, see, he can negate that, by the way. I don't know why he chose not to. Summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, whatever. I can't really summon Dragon Spirit of White and banish something, because I have Skill Drain. Affects me as well. I don't know why I'm randomly playing around, like, Storming Mirror Force, or, like, other Mirror Forces. And yeah, I'm making a Hieratic Seal because I want to go for the kill. This is not affected by Skill Drain, I can still use the effect. because Skill Drain doesn't say you cannot activate the card, it just says their monster effects are negated while they are on the field, and obviously it attributes itself as a cost, so in the graveyard it is no longer affected by Skill Drain, which is pretty nice. But anyways, now my opponent is simply gonna die, and yeah, that's it, that's all. Let's get into, again, the next one. Against Synchron. That's actually kind of a good matchup, because if I go first and I make Spirit, when they make their Junk Spirit, this card, I don't have to negate it, because it would summon 5 monsters, but because of Spirit, neither player can summon 2 or more monsters simultaneously, so Happy Land City. And I'm good at the game, I'm really skillful, so I draw all the hand traps to counter all of his plays, and I have Card of Consonance to discard. Oh my god, what is this? Even if I don't OTK, there's no way in heck I'm losing. Like, absolutely no way. So, yeah, by the way, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, wait, hold on. I think this card actually has an effect to double its attack, so yeah, I'm happy I did destroy it, because otherwise I might have messed up. And yeah, I'm just summoning the Dragon Spirit of White. He stopped decking garbage and he can't play. And besides, I have an Ash anyway, so that's it. That's all he lost. Let's get into the final replay. Alright, so this time he forced me to go first. As long as I can make Spirit, I'm fine. I can technically even make more, but I'm choosing not to go for Nebula and then make a rank 8 on purpose, because I don't want to lose to Nibiru. I think this is a reasonable mentality, but I don't know, maybe I should have like went super all out and then, you know, made like Harbinger, Spirit with Veiler, all of that. The Veiler, I didn't even have to search for it. I just went and searched the other card, like Whitestone of Ancient. But yeah, he's just all those plays are useless. I kept the negate from the graveyard with Spirit just so I would actually prevent him from summoning back this card, because it's terrifying. It's a tuner level 4 and searches like a really good spell or trap, so there is no way I'm letting that resolve. But the other card to just summon back the Junk Synchron, I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't have to negate that. I don't feel like it's threatening. But yeah, I'm just gonna kill him because of Moonlight Dragon. And yeah, that's it. That's all. Let's finally get into the deck profile now. Alright, so for the deck profile, of course, you already know it. 3 Blue Eyes or Dragon. You can kind of argue that if you're not playing Desires, you can cut this down to 2. Blue Eyes Alternative, you can also argue that this could be cuttable down to 1. But then, are you even playing Blue Eyes at this point? Of course, Levianeer could be, as well as Chaos Emperor Dragon of Armageddon. The one issue that I have with that one is that it's only playable when you have a Dark in the Grave, and I don't think you main deck a lot of Dark monsters, so you'd have to rely on like Link Kuriboh and Relinquish Tanima hitting the graveyard, so I don't think that's super reliable. I wouldn't main deck Chaos Emperor Dragon of Armageddon in this build, but I would in the combo version, just some food for thought. And then 1 Dragon Spirit of White, that's all you need for the pure Blue Eyes. 3 Nebula Dragon, this card is amazing, it's so good. You summon this on a level 8, it's already OTK because of Numeron Dragon summoned off of Draglubion. This is the combo. And yeah, and you need another like number dragon in your extra deck or graveyard if you want to fully resolve that. So you can't just play Draglubion and Neuron and nothing else and then OTK. It's like a 3-card package in the extra deck minimum. Anyways, 3 Ash, 2 Bell. That's all for the hand traps. I just really like this configuration. Ash is just generically good, and Ghost Bell negates a lot of cards that would scare this deck. I think it makes quite a lot of sense. And then we've got 3 Whitestone of Ancients and then 1 Bat Stone. In the combo build, the Bat Stone is actually better than the Whitestone of Ancients, but in this version, since you're controlling a bit more, I would actually play this over this Whitestone of Legends. I think it would make more sense. And then 3 Sage of Ties of Blue. It's really good in the control build because it makes Cards of Consonance way better. And by the way, notice that I actually played a slightly different draw like package in this deck, 2 Trade-In and 2 Cards of Consonance. Most of the time people do 3 Trade-In with 1 Card of Consonance, but I don't think this is correct necessarily because these are cloggy in your hand, whereas Trade-In, sometimes you actually have to discard good cards if you want to use the card, like discard White Alternative and discard Nebula. Obviously, if you discard Dragon Spirit of White, it's not bad, or Blue Eyes, but also discarding Chaos Dragon Levianeer wouldn't be great, like, whatsoever. And Nebula Dragon has an effect in the graveyard where you banish it and then recycle it back a level 4 light or dark dragon monster from your grave, but not a level 4 or lower. So you can only recycle back like Safer and then black, the baby dragons, but not great. And then 2 Return of Dragon Lords. This is very bricky if you play 3. And the other bricky card would be Silver's Cry. I don't like that one. I think it kind of makes a bit of sense, but in a format where people are still playing Dragma Punishment, Torrential Tribute, I feel like Return of the Dragon Lords is the correct thing to do, mostly because of the graveyard effect. The actual revival effect, you can even almost argue that sometimes it's not that vital, but the graveyard effect of Return of the Dragon Lords is literally 50% of the card. Literally, and and practically speaking. Anyways, 3 Desires. This card is great and bad at the same time. It's great when it's good, and it's horrible when it's bad. So it's like it's always like at the end of the spectrum on both sides. It's never really in the middle. It's not like as, you know, reliable as Trade-in and Card of Consonance, or like Dragon Shrine, Foolish. Foolish can even be a dead card. Even Dragon Shrine, they kind of just fulfill the same role. So sometimes you're already going like through your engine with all those draw power cards, and you also have Trade-in and, Foolish and Ravine and a Shrine, Jesus. And you're like, oh my god, I have too many ways of Foolishing. I'm not doing anything extra. So yeah, not great, but still. Melody of Awakening Dragon is a good card until you start running out of targets. So Desires was the one way Melody was just not too great for me in testing, as you clearly saw from my replays. But does that mean that this configuration is incorrect? This is for you to know, but I actually still believe that Desires would be correct, even though maybe you could argue to cut Desires down to 2. I feel like this is a pretty back and forth debate that a lot of really good Blue Eyes players would actually be able to have, but yeah. 3 Melody, and then 1 Upstart, 1 Foolish, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Skill Drain. For the extra deck, really real quick, I don't really want to waste too much time here. 1 Azure Eyes, you tag out into this with Blue Eye Spirit. You rarely actually Synchro Summon this. And then Start a Spark, this is another one of the Spirit targets alongside Moonrose. I was gonna say Moonrose. This is a completely different card. Moonlight Dragon. This card bounces back a special summon monster you control, your opponent controls when he summons it, and he's gonna die. I think it's on the end phase, but obviously you use it as an interruption, so it's not that bad. And then Zeus with all of these Xyz monsters, so Hard Earth, Draglubion, Cypher, Harbinger, Galaxy Ice Photon Lord. You can actually make this early on to play around Nibiru, and then Numeron Dragon, Needle Fiber, Hieratic Seal, and then Relinquished Anima. You could also play Linkuriboh if you want to make it turn 1 without wasting your Anima, but yeah. Anyways, for the other kind of cards that you could play, Kaijus, level 8 Kaijus, please play the Wind Kaiju. It's the better one to play, because it's still a trade-in target, but it at least outs the Wind Barrier statue. And then there is Dino Wrestler Pankratops with Zooking Alpha, also a trade-in target, with obviously Artifact Lancia. You could actually play Sanctum with Scythe if you're forced to go first, since this could either go first or second, it depends. Obviously, Dingirsu is a great rank 8 that you can play. Harpy's Feather Duster is a fantastic card that you can quickly draw into because you play so many draw cards. And then Successor Soul is a card that you could play if you're choosing to play even more control than we're already doing, but you don't have to. And the rest is just a bunch of ideas. Dino-Miscus, Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, Karma Cut, etc. All those options are good if you're playing more stones. But yeah, that's all I had to say for this video. I really hope you guys were able to learn and enjoy. And if you did, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe. Would help me out so much. Until then, it is Yasin signing out. Peace.